So in my previous video, I talked about how I was tracking a 5-wave move to the downside, where I was looking for ADA to tap into this region between 57.39 cents to 60.13 cents. And I was tracking the wave 3, which is made up of 5 waves. And for the sake of the video, I mentioned how I assumed that the 4th wave was complete, and then we will see a further move to the downside to complete that 5th wave, which in turn would then complete the 3rd wave. But what you can see is the 4th wave ended up going slightly higher over the weekend, where we ended up reaching this level here at 64.5 cents. And that was then followed by a move to the downside to complete the 5th wave, which reached 61.31 cents. And that in turn completed the 3rd wave. And what we have now forming is the 4th wave to the upside. And then we'll see a final move to the downside to complete the 5th wave, where we then tap into this region here. And so very quickly, what I'll do is check to see if the requirements have been met, just so I know that this structure is still valid. And so, for example, within this 5th wave, what you can see is it's made up of 5 waves, where what you have is this being a wave 1, this being a wave 2, this being a wave 3, 4, and 5 like so. And so I'll check to see if this 3rd wave met the typical requirements, which is a 1.618 retracement of the wave 1. So using the fib tool, and you can see that the 1.618 retracement level sits at 61.54 cents. And here we ended up going slightly deeper, where we ended up reaching 61.45 cents. And so it looks like that 3rd wave is complete. And that was then followed by this 4th wave and a final 5th wave move to the downside, where that 5th wave would retrace anywhere between 1.236 to 1.618 of the 4th wave. And here you can actually see that we ended up falling short of the 1.236 retracement level at 61.2 cents. Which can happen as long as the minimum requirement has been met, which is a double bottom. And so essentially we needed ADA to reach 61.45 cents, which it ended up doing. So as you can see, we ended up extending beyond the 100% retracement level. And so that 5th wave move is still valid. And again, we have seen a pump to the upside to complete the 4th wave, or it could still be in play, given that the 4th wave is made up of a WXY structure. And so what I do is check to see if that Y wave met the typical requirements, which is a 1 to 1.226 retracement of the W wave. And here you can see that we ended up tapping into that region. And so it's possible that this 4th wave is now complete and we see a move to the downside, but at the same time, it's possible that we could see a push to the upside where we could then retrace towards that 1.226 retracement level. And so again, assuming that the 4th wave is complete, then what I'll be looking at is for a deeper move to the downside, where ADA will then reach this range here between 59.37 cents to 60.56 cents. So if I mark that out, I'm looking for a deeper move to the downside within this range here. Now, what you can see is we are within the overbought conditions, and so the bulls are now slowly starting to lose control of the market. And so what I'll be looking at is for the bears to regain control of the market and drive the price of ADA down towards this region here. And you can also see that the bulls did have the momentum, and we ended up retesting the 50 EMA. We got rejected, and then we retested the 50 EMA once again. And since then, we are hovering over the 50 EMA, which is slightly bullish. And so in order for us to remain bullish, then what we need is for ADA to see a continuation to the upside, where we then retest the 200 DMA. And should we do so, then this 5-wave structure that I'm tracking would be invalid, given the fact that within a 5-wave move, what you can't have is the 4th wave cross the wave 1 or the wave 2 origin, which is this wave here. It's fairly short. And instead, what would end up playing out is a WXY structure as opposed to a 5-wave move. So if I go in the 4-hour chart, again, what you can see is we are trading below both the 50 and the 200 DMA. And so we are slightly bearish. And what you can see is we are within the overbought conditions also. And so again, the bulls are now slowly starting to lose control of the market. And if we were to be bullish, then again, we'll need ADA to retest that 50 EMA, which is more or less at the same level as the 200 DMA on the hourly chart at 65.7 cents. And should we do so, that would then be actually a bullish signal, and we could see a continuation to the upside if we were to find support at the 50 EMA. And that next key level would be the 200 DMA, which during the time of recording is at 69.4 cents. And as far as the daily chart goes, what you can see is we are below neutral on the stochastic RSI, and so we could go either way. We could see the bears continue to regain control of the market and drive the price of ADA down towards this region here, or we could see a reversal and see the bulls regain control of the market, and as a result of that, we could see ADA then potentially retest that 50 EMA, And if we were to find support at that level, then again, the next key level would be that 200 DMA at 69 cents. And if I was to go on a daily chart, 69 cents is where the 50 EMA level is. And so it will be interesting to see if the bulls can actually drive the price of ADA up towards that 50 EMA level. And that would actually be a really bullish signal. And so, yeah, that's just my update on Cardano ADA. Hopefully you found this useful. And if you did, then feel free to hit that like button. And if you're new, feel free to subscribe. Take it easy, people. Peace.